yarny friends. Oh, look, my hair's sticking up. Well, I was out front with the dogs, running around, chasing them around, just having some fun. My hair's a little messy. Sorry about that. Well, hello, my yarny friends. I hope you're having a super fantastic Tuesday, because I am. All my electronics are working fine today. No crybaby calls to my husband. It's not working. No, everything's working fine. I did notice in the comments that a lot of you were putting where you're from, and I love that. I love to see where you're from. If you're from Texas, if you're from Michigan, if you're from Oklahoma. Also, I like when you're like from overseas in different places. I love that. Even if you're watching this later, because I know, with all the time changes, it's not the same time all over the world. So even if you're watching this later, go ahead and put where you're from. Don't put your address. Just maybe your state or country. Anywho, welcome. I'm Sara Sach, and it's time for Coffee and Crochet with Sara. I can't help it. I'm super stoked, super excited about today's video because we're going to do that unboxing from Premier Yarn, and I'm dying to know what's in it. Also, I wanted to answer Kim's question. She asked me, what's my favorite stitch? So if we're talking just stitches, it's the half double crochet. But if we're talking stitch patterns, it's got to be either filet crochet pattern style or cable stitches. And I don't do cable stitches very often because I love doing them, but they can be a little bit more complicated to teach online. So I do have a pattern called the Green Meadows cable scarf that I do want to update the pattern on and make a fresh video on it. I don't even know that I've even made a video on that one. I'll have to check. But I have that one on my list of patterns to update. So anyway, let's not forget to clinkety clink clink in. Clink. Who's here? What you drinking? I've got my good old Folgers today, but I was cleaning out the freezer because we bought a new freezer. We had a freezer that's one of the dump styles, and we've had it for over 30 years. And we took it with us from Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Parker, Colorado, and it was there for 12 years. And it was, of course, longer than that, Tulsa. We actually brought it down from Rapid City, South Dakota, when we were in the military. As I said, it's older than my son. And it started to die on us. So we bought a new upright one. So I was cleaning out the freezer and I found a creamer that I had put in there. Because what I do a lot of times when I find a sugar-free creamer that I really love, I'll buy one, I'll try it. If I like it, then I'll go back and get two and put one in the freezer. Anywho, long story short, it is a chocolate hazelnut creamer. I love to eat roasted hazelnuts, but I do not like hazelnut coffee creamer. I don't like the smell of it for some reason. But when it's mixed with chocolate and it's sugar-free, and there's a gnat flying across here, they don't belong in here. Anywho, I put it in my coffee and it is amazing. So that's what I'm drinking today. I know, I'm super excited. I can't hardly wait to get started. But I want to wait a few minutes to make sure everybody's in here so they can see what's in the box. Now, I want to let you know something. Usually during my live videos, the dogs come in and they sleep on their little poof pillows over here. Rosie's super crashed over here. Well, Max got up on the couch. They can get up, but they can't get off the couch. That jump down is too hard on their hips because my dogs are almost 16 now. And so he's up on the couch, and I went in there to get him, but he is snoring big snores. He snores like an old man. He is an old man. I mean, basically, he's 16, so he's over 100, right, in dog years? So anyway, yes, Sylvia, I love the Italian creamer. I do. That's like my second favorite. Actually, that's my first favorite. This chocolate one with hazelnut's my second. Anyway, back to what I was talking about, Maximo. If he wakes up on the couch and starts crying, I may have to run around the corner and grab him and come back. Just so you know. Because my dogs are very spoiled and I don't want them to cry. Okay, the other thing I wanted to tell you about before we get into our unboxing is I have a friend here that I met. Her name is Carol Parker, and she runs the Pioneer Woman Oklahoma group. So what she does is she goes around and checks out all the different Walmart stores to see what's on clearance and what's new with the Pioneer Woman stuff. And I know that has nothing to do with crochet, but what I'm going to tell you about today does. I decided I wanted to update my guest bathroom because I had the same stuff in there in the last 2 houses that we lived in. And so I decided I wanted something cheerful. And you know the Pioneer Woman stuff is very cheerful. Well, I purchased this rug. It was on clearance for $4.50. I'm going to put this over here so you can see it. The reason I want you to see it, it's a big bath rug, but look at that trim. It's crochet. Let me show you another picture close up. I was so excited when I found this. There's the trim close up. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? I was so excited when I found it because it was only $4.50. I bought 2 other rugs to go because I have a double sink in that bathroom, but I had to buy that one. I just had to buy it because it had that crochet. And the thing is, it was not marked on clearance. I got a bunch of towels. I got a new shower curtain, a bath mat, everything. And they are all marked on clearance. Well, this particular rug wasn't. But because it had the crochet edge, I was willing to pay the $19.96 for it. But when I got up to the checkout, it rang for $4.50. And I was like, yeah. I also bought a new bedspread for my guest room. But anyway, I wanted y'all to see that in case you're just looking for a new rug with a nice crochet edge or an idea of what you can do with one of your rugs. All they did is it's got like little holes through it because it has the rubber backing. It's got like little holes through it and they just crocheted around it. It's just beautiful. Anyway, I wanted to show it to you and it's a great bargain. All righty, let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to cover before we open this box? I'm going to listen. Yep, Max is still snoring, so we'll let him be. All right, are you ready? I'm so excited. All right, let me get my scissors out here. I'm going to go ahead and cut the tape off the sides. All right, I'm going to see if there's any other tape anywhere else. All right, so let me tell you the story of what happened. Okay, I got a flat tire on Friday, so I couldn't go pick up my granddaughter, so they brought her over. I like your drum roll, Kim. Okay, so then Saturday morning, we decided to take the car over and get the tire changed. And they gave me a free tire. I guess it was still under warranty or something, but they gave me a free tire, so that's awesome. And so then we drove, we went and did a couple of errands, and then we drove home. We drive in through the garage door, and so I thought, well, I'm going to let the dogs out front, and we'll go check them out. I opened the front door, and there at my feet was this box. And I saw it immediately. It said Premier Yarn. Look at the sides of this box. Isn't that the cutest thing? I just love that. I would love to have that so I can color it. It would be so much fun to color with my grandgirls. So anyway, I go out front and I went, ah! My husband comes running out. He goes, what's going on? Did you see a snake? I said, no, I got a box of yarn from Premier. So, okay, you ready? Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to open this box. Okay, so the front comes up. I'm going to try to do this without hitting my light. I'm going to pull it out a little bit. Oh, my word. This is something that I wanted to purchase. Okay, it says stitch, please. Superwash extra fine merino. Oh, wow. Look at all those colors. I wonder what colors that they sent me. We'll talk more about what it is in just a second. Let's look at the yarn. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, I'm going to pull one of these out so we can read it. All right, super fine. No, I'm so excited I can't read. Superwash extra fine merino. That's wool. Yep, right there. 100% merino wool. Now let me tell you, I am very sensitive to wool yarns, but when it's a merino wool, and what that means, the superwash, it means that it's gone through the process a lot more to make it a lot softer, and this is super soft. And I don't have any problem with the merino wool. It's a light number 3, 126 yards on each, which is 1.75 ounces. And the color of this one is Caribbean. All right, let's look in here and see. All right, it looks like there's 2 light pinks. There's 2, let's see what that one's name is. Ballet Pink. Oh, that's a perfect name. All right, Stitch Please. I love that name. Okay, here's one that's a little bit darker. Let's see. This one's called English Rose. Oh, that is beautiful. All right, so it looks like there's 2 of the dark pink. It's called Peony. I love peonies. My grandma always had peonies. That's beautiful. All right, it looks like there's 2 of the light blue, and it's called Ice Blue. It definitely looks like ice blue. All right, so then we have 2 of these teal ones. Oh, I cannot wait to try these. Oh, I already said that. It's called Caribbean, didn't I? Because it was right there. And then this pretty, like a royal blue. Let's see. Deep Sea. All right, so there's 2 of the blue, 2 of the light pink, 2 of the rose pink, 2 of the dark pink, and 2 of the light blue. These are right in my wheelhouse of colors. I love these. Aren't they gorgeous? All right, let's look at this pamphlet again. Stitch Please, Superwash, Extra Fine Merino. These are from Premier Yarn. I believe the Stitch Please comes in 3 different weights. This one is the light number 3. But if you go to the website, and of course, I've always got my link down underneath this video. If you go to that website and put in click yarn, and it'll say new yarns. Click the new yarn tab. And I think they're $4.99 a skein, or a ball. These are balls, but I'm not positive because I'm not on that right now. Okay, they come in, if I'm not mistaken, a light 3, a medium weight 4, and a chunky 5. But I'm going to have to go and look at that to make sure. Oh, this is so... Look at all these colors. Oh, I love that marigold. And they've got a butter. Oh, look. Look at all these shades. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18... 36 colors. I should have just done the multiply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 colors. Look how they all sort of blend well with each other. That is a gorgeous yarn. Extra fine, ultra soft, super U. They made a vest. Isn't that beautiful? I love that marigold color. That is gorgeous. Oh, I cannot wait to start designing with this yarn. Okay. I'm so excited. That is gorgeous yarn. Oh, I'm so excited. And I love these colors. I love it, love it, love it. I'll have to come up with something really special to design with these. Oh, I just love it. Thank you, Premier Yarn. Now, I did want to mention one thing. When you post something that you made with Premier Yarn, they have a tag. It's hashtag Make It Premier. Make It Premier all together. And then they'll see what you've made with their yarn with that hashtag. I'm going to move this out of the way. Oh my goodness, that was so exciting. Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to make something with that beautiful yarn. Oh, it's like I want to grab my crochet hook right now and start crocheting. Okay, now when I do design something with it, I'll do another review so that you will know what I think of that yarn. Of course, you already know it's spectacular. It's just gorgeous. And one thing you're going to know about me, as you get to know me, if you don't know me, I am always honest, whether I like a yarn or not. There are a couple of yarns that are not my favorites. And so I'm always honest. I mean, you know, even like when those Ogos came out, I was honest with my opinion on those. So even though I am an affiliate of Premier Yarn, I will be honest with you about their yarn, okay? Don't think that just because if you click my link, they know that you went through my link. Or if you purchase through my link, you know, I get the little 10%. You know, it doesn't seem like much, but it's enough to, you know, let me buy more yarn. It's kind of like what I do on Ravelry and Etsy. I sell my patterns so that I can buy more yarn, so that I can make more patterns. It's kind of like a circle, you know. So anyway, yes, Kim, anything that any of you have posted on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, anywhere you post it, you can put hashtag premier yarn or hashtag make it premier. Then they'll see what you've made, and it'll tag them in it, you know, because they like to know what's made with their things, and they like to know your opinions. That's how companies know whether you like their yarns or not. Okay? All right. Whew. I'm like lightheaded. I was so excited. All right, let's talk about what happened this week. Now, we did a video. I got to get my train of thought together. I'm so excited. We did a video called 5 Tips on Crocheting Chains. And I did this because I got so many questions about, why is my chain too loose? Why is my chain too tight? What happens if I chain too many? What happens if I don't chain enough? And I can't remember what the other part was. Let's see, I guess you're going to have to watch the video. I can't remember what the 5th tip was. So anyway, there's 5 tips on the video. It's just on YouTube. It's not a blog. And the videos that I've been doing, like the this and that or the crochet questions and things like that, I don't usually do a blog on those. They're just a video for you to help answer some of your questions. Now, I have one that's editing now that I'm going to load for tomorrow. And it is 3 ways to crochet a circle. And this is that beginning circle. Okay? Because I have a lot of questions about, can I use the magic circle? Can I use the chain 2 method? Can I use the chain 5 method? And so I'm talking about that and also showing you all 3 methods. And that video will come out tomorrow morning. Okay? Now, on Friday, for Friday Fun Day, we did the letter beaded bracelets. And let me show you those. We'll go back over to this other camera. Here's one that we did with the word crochet. It's super cute. I love the wooden beads. And then we added some other beads as well. And then this one says coffee on it. Isn't that super cute? And I like the way the beads sit on that, because the way you put them in, it makes them look a little bit crooked, and I really like that. And then this one, we added a lot more beads here because we used the word yarn that was smaller. The only thing that makes this a little bit tricky is it's up to you what word you use. So you may need to adjust where you put your beads in order to try to keep your word centered. If it's off by 1 or 2 back here, it's not really it's not really a problem. I'm sorry. I'm still so excited about that yarn. And then we added a little tassel with some extra beads on this one and this one. And I wanted you to see we used a lot smaller beads on that. This is cotton. This one is acrylic. And this one is one of those blends that's cotton and acrylic. So it's a lot of fun to do. And it's a great way just to do a project. And the thing is about those, if you're wanting to maybe teach like a Girl Scout troop or a Sunday school class or a group of kids, you know, whether they be boys or girls, how to crochet something simple, that's all done with a chain and single crochet. And I think that would be a great group project, you know, and you could choose words like peace, joy. Someone asked me what my word of the year was this year, and it's grateful. And I'm still working on being grateful, and the year's almost over. You know, so you can, and if say the one thing I do recommend is that you do not put your child's name on these, because I just don't recommend you putting your child's name on anything that can be seen. We always put the name inside the notebook or inside the backpack, because when a stranger that wants to do harm sees a name on a shirt or something and they call your child by name, your child might think that person knows them. you know, because, or that they're supposed to know them, that, especially if they say, I'm a friend of your mommy or something. So I'm not trying to put a damper on anything. I'm just saying that's my opinion. Never put your kids' names on anything that strangers can see. Okay? So that's that. The other thing we did was yesterday, we did the Unicorn Dreams blanket. And this is done with Vivid yarn. And I used both the rolls. I'm going to grab the paper so you can see this. And we'll go back over to this other screen again. This is, isn't that gorgeous? This yarn is just beautiful. And this one was my favorite, and so I ordered two. And it's called Premier Sweet Roll Vivid. And the color of this is called Moonbeam. And I really loved it. To me, it's very bright, but it's not fluorescent. It's not pastel, but it's not fluorescent. It's just a nice amount of brightness. And this is my little unicorn. And he was the inspiration for this blanket. And I told the story about the young lady that I knew that lost her first baby, had a couple miscarriages, and then had a baby girl. And this is what this inspiration came from. Because when, after the loss of a child, a baby is born healthy, it's called a rainbow baby. And of course, you don't have to use this yarn. It's a medium weight number 4 acrylic yarn. It's just so soft and beautiful. And I love the blanket because it is very open and lacy. And I had a couple people say you shouldn't have holes in baby blankets. And I had never heard that. I had tons of blankets with holes in them. But this one is not big, but of course you can use those multiples and make it bigger. But it's not really meant to wrap the baby, and it's more like to lay across it, like in the buggy or in the car seat or in a stroller, or, you know, like, you know, they're sleeping in their bassinet or crib or something. And you just want to put something over them just so they aren't cold. So anyway, this yarn is beautiful. I love it. I need to order some more. I want to get some more in a different color. I can't remember the other color I was going to order, but it was more on the pastel side. And I'm going to try to get some of that next time for my next baby blanket. But I do like making baby blankets. I know that baby stuff is not really my genre. I don't do a lot of that. But I do like making baby blankets because you can give baby blankets to anybody that's having a baby. I didn't even care what color they were. I just liked having them. Of course, I always loved crochet, just like my dogs. They prefer laying on a crochet blanket or be covered with a crochet blanket over any other blanket. As a matter of fact, Rosie's laying over there on her poof. And I bought these fleece blankets, and I did a video on this. You can look it up on our Friday Fun Day, so that you can learn how to add a crochet trim to the outside of a fleece blanket. I made these for them a couple years ago, and I like to lay them on their poofs because that way I don't have to wash the poofs as often. I can wash their blankets. Well, every time Rosie and Max, when they come in here to sit on their poofs, they take their noses and they push that blanket off so they can sit on the crocheted poof. They just don't like fleece blankets. They like crochet. I guess I taught them well. So anyway, yeah, that's a good idea, Mickey. Receiving blankets or lining blankets. You can line it. I just don't care for doing that myself, but I do like receiving blankets. I use them a lot. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. I think we have covered everything. I know when I was talking about the new yarn, I was talking way too fast, and I'm really sorry about that. When I get excited about yarn, I talk too fast. So if you want to watch the video after it's rendered, you can slow that down on your side, and I can talk real slow. You know, you may not know this, but on YouTube, you can slow the speed down of a video that you're watching. You can pause it anytime that you want, and you can also fast forward anytime that you want. You can also make it louder, and you can make it quieter. And there's a lot of things on there that you can do. You can even turn on the closed captioning, or you can turn it off. Those are all things that you can do on your side on YouTube. Okay, I get people all the time telling me I'm too loud, I'm too quiet, but I don't change my volume. My volume is always the same on here. You need to change yours. And it might have to do, if it's too loud or too quiet, it might have to do with what you're watching on. When I watch it on my iPad, it is always too soft, even all the way up. When I watch it on my computer, because I have speakers, it's always too loud. So, you know, you just have to learn to adjust those things. So, anywho, that is all I've got for you today. I have one of these called Stitch. This one is called something else. Oh, it's called Harmony. I have one of these called Stitch that was a Michael's exclusive that my granddaughter was visiting up when we were in Colorado that I bought at Michael's. And she got one and I got one. They were exclusives. This is not it. I think it's blue. But it's a unicorn as well. I have quite a few of these are Beanie Boos. I have quite a few of these. And we're not going to talk about how many Beanie Babies I have in tubs up in the attic, okay? I had them all out at our house in Colorado, but I packed them all up, and I just don't want to pull them all out again. Okay, so, yes, Jennifer's talking about the hurricane. I have not had a chance to check in on it this morning, but we do have a lot of friends down in Florida, so we need to make sure we pray for those people and, keep them in our thoughts and prayers, because that's scary. I've gone through quite a few tornadoes growing up in Oklahoma. As a matter of fact, one that we went through, I think it was 1976 or 78, it totally flattened the church that I attended at the time and a whole bunch of those apartments behind it. And so tornadoes, hurricanes, rough weather like that can be very scary and devastating. One of the things that happens a lot of times is people let their dogs out, and I don't know why they don't keep them with them. Because I don't know the whole story by all that, but it always ends up that there's a lot of dogs that are loose and needing homes. And I know that that's what happened in Hawaii with that big fire. And I get that, because you got to let them out to get away from a fire. That I totally get that. But they were talking about a lot of pets are being shipped back to the States so that they can find homes for them. So, but I would just be so sad if I had to let my dog out and not know where they were, But mine are small enough I could carry them, But anyway, that is something to think about and to remember. I also want to remind you that I can't do this without you. Thank you so much for being a part of our videos. Thank you for watching my tutorials. And I have, over 1,000 tutorials now. And one thing to always remember is when I put a pattern out, it is my design. And every one of my videos has a written pattern with pictures that goes along with it. Some have more pictures than others. And underneath every video, just like underneath this video, there'll be a link to take you to the website, and there's also a link to take you to the blog. And I do write up a newsletter, a blog, every Tuesday to go along with our live video. That way, if you miss some information, you can always go there and look at it. I'm going to put some information about this yarn on there today. I'm going to go to the website and get some information so you can know about that yarn. But if you want to go and look at it, the link for Premier Yarn is underneath this video. And I'll probably add some information in there, and then you can click that link and go and look at it. But like I said, when you go to the Premier Yarn website, it has little tabs up there. Click the yarn tab and it'll say new yarn. Click that new yarn tab and you can see all the new yarns that they're putting out. Also, they have a tab up there that says sale. Click that sale tab because they have a lot of stuff on sale. And another thing that they do is you can get bundled yarn, like 3 cakes of vivid yarn or 3 cakes of this or that. And you can get a lot of good savings that way. My voice is dying on us. So I guess that means I have to say goodbye, my friends, my yarny friends. I will see you next week. So you all have a great week.